Well, hello there, YouTube. Well, this is starting off a little more sunshine than what we've had the last few days, actually. I think it's still supposed to be, mostly cloudy, but a little warmer today. I think it's supposed to be 77 today, so there was no day this week that the temperatures going to get that high, so we might be getting a little bit of a change going here. I didn't dig a little deeper to see if it changed anything, but one thing that changed is supposed to be like almost a 50% chance of rain on Saturday. Hopefully that goes away as well. That kind of just showed up. But anyway, it's today's Wednesday, the 14th of August, and starting out at 61 degrees as of now. And let's roll to work. Yo, come on along. 66 and partly cloudy. That's better than rain.
Yes.
We'll take it.
Yes, we will.
Mama?
Yes.
That was a nice, peaceful drive to work.
It was.
No crazy people, no rain.
Yeah, it was nice and chill.
Yeah, just cruised right along. Mm-hmm. Well, I reckon we should go on in there and earn our keep, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, hump day.
Yep, just gotta get on the other side.
Yeah, it'll happen soon.
Yep.
All right, Mama, have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right, love you, see you, bye.
I love you, hubby.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Does that look a little better? Put enough together that I could ride it like that. I had that's it right there, the blue terry cloth on there. I was telling everybody, I said, hey, you want in on the patent? I'm coming up with the new Spyder seat. All you gotta do is get on the interwebs and tell everybody you have to have it. And they'll come in droves. You wouldn't believe the crap that came off of this thing that was back there. It was nuts. Tim said I was leaving a dirt trail across the parking lot up there. It was nasty. But it'll be a lot nicer put together this way. Plus, those are things you just can't clean once it's back together. Let's took the whole trunk off. There's a new ACS pump. Oh, nice and shiny and new. Not only enough, that thing was functioning. It's all plugged in, but there's so much other stuff that's not plugged in, you think it wouldn't. I'm sure I got a code or two to clear off of it. All right. Reassemble time. That is this for this 24, which seems weird. Because it's weird enough that any of these newer ones have an ACS pump. But this one's new. It just pumps away, makes a weird noise, and doesn't supply air. This one, for lack of better terms, is overworked and burned itself out. Open circuit. It was smoked. But anyway, the new one's in. All I gotta do is body panels, and I take the floorboards off. It's only 3 bolts that hold it on. It makes it so easy to pull the body panels off, and you don't have to pull all the side stuff off. But you do need to knock the foot pedal off, and it just comes right off. Otherwise, you could take all this off. I think it's faster to pull the floorboards and just boom, pop them out. Had to put the new shock on it before I put all the body work on. So I didn't spray wash all this because it's part of the tub. I just made sure it was clean underneath. I'll let whoever does the washing on it, tell them to pop the seat off and clean that underneath there. It needs a good thorough detail. Make it pretty again. But it's all together, functions as it should. I had all kinds of weird codes on there. I haven't cleared them because looking at the codes, because it sees the seat is not hooked up. And one of the codes too is because it needs to know whether a passenger is on it or off of it. That used to be in the seat. Now it's underneath, and then the seat pushes down on it. When the older Spyders were, like I say, in the seat. But yeah, a lot of codes. But it ran, and even the ACS pump actually functioned. But it stopped at some point. I had an error code because the air bleed thing wasn't plugged in. I had everything else plugged in. I didn't realize that was for that when it gets over pressure, it backs off. That's where it lets it out. But yeah, so I think this one's already tomorrow. So get practice on one, jump right into the next. That's the best way to do it. It's for, because these new body styles it's different how you do. Kind of the same, but a lot different how everything comes off. I think in the end, it's a little bit easier. I don't know. It's been a while since I did the other ones because I don't know if they updated the pumps, but those stopped coming in as well. It's just the older ones that have no miles don't even know all the things that are going to go wrong. Especially the twins. That has low miles and go, you don't even know what you're in for. And some of that stuff's not available to fix them anymore either. Sadly. Why do I feel like I'm zoomed in? But anyway. It's kind of a busy day today, doing all kinds of different things. It's nice to have this where you can just get to it when you get to it and then do the other things. And then run around doing all kinds of other stuff. But it's fun. I enjoy my days. It's the dead of winter that there's when everything's quiet. No one's like, Shawn, can you answer a customer's question or whatever? It just goes quiet. And there's not like nothing left to do but just build bikes. You pray that bikes keep showing up. Gives you something to do, But each time you build one, you got all the garbage to deal with, the crate and all the metal and, the bolts. And so and plus, assembling them, it can be very monotonous. And that's one thing I love about the motorcycle business is it's not monotonous. You get those times, in the summer where you just get one service after the other. Yeah, it gets monotonous really quick. I could never be one of those guys that just sits there and watches a set of gauges or, stamp something or, actuate a lever every once in a while. I would literally, I'd have to seek some mental health in a very short period of time. I need things to be different. Yeah. I did for 4 months when I turned 16, and for 4 months I worked at a Kentucky Fried Chicken. You talking about monotonous? It's the same thing every day, right on schedule. Everything's the same. The only difference is it was busier on the weekends. And I could never do something like that. That's when I knew. My old man was trying to get me to go out to work for the paper mill. I mean, financially that would have been a wise decision. Mentally, it would have been horrible. I just can't do the same thing every single day. Ryan, has got a job now that's, different from here. And he was afraid it was going to be monotonous and doing the same thing over again because him and I never discussed this before. He just brought it up to me. He goes, I just can't do something where I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. And he would do the same thing, like he'd get a whole bunch of tires or a whole bunch of services, like, one like Spyder after another type of thing or whatever bike, And it drives him nuts. He gets bored real quick too. And anyway, getting pretty close to rolling out of here for the day. Thought I'd chit-chat with you for a moment. And just got what's left on that thing, maybe a half an hour. And I know the ACS works. I will have to go through the procedure and see where the level's at. I'll probably have to reset that. And I don't know. Because that's part of the ride height sensor, but I will take a look at it anyway. Just make sure that wasn't, maybe it was trying to achieve a ride height that was unachievable. And I would say it was probably overloaded. And the roughness that it went through probably didn't help it either. But that one's funny. I come right in, just hear that pump just carrying on, and it just adds no air to it. I was supposed to do that, I think last week or first part of this week, and I don't know for whatever reason didn't make it, but the guy was freaking out upstairs. He goes, do you have the pump and the RO for such and such name? And I go, yeah. He goes, why do you have that down there? I said, you tell me. It was there before I got here in the morning, and that was on my schedule. So I see the RO, I'll go upstairs, and it was on my schedule that day, and there was no bike. Because that one day I diagnosed it, I think we talked about it. he took it. You can just manually fill it with air and ride them. But the problem is, that very solenoid, like if you come to a stop and you hold the brakes, it can hold the suspension up just because it's binding. The brakes are binding the suspension, and that last point, it's nose diving. If you're holding the brake, it does it. Whoa, the bike won't settle down, and you'll be sitting there, it's going psh, 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 lets all the air out. She's got to make sure I tell everybody that. I said, you can manually add air, but when you come to a stop, let go of that brake and let the bike settle in, or it's going to let all the air out. Because it'll let you do it. It's just when you hold it and it goes, okay, ride height's too high. It's trying to relieve all the air. Well, if you leave it bound, it'll let all the air out, thinking, wow, something's stuck. I'm just going to let all the air out of the bag. And then you take off and it goes wonk. Now you're dong, you're bottoming the shock out. So the old switches said hard and soft. Well, I'll keep it in the hardest position. No. That's mislabeled. That means high and low. It's just how much air you have in the bag. And if you have too much air, that's why they took the control away from us, because they would ride it on high and it would change the caster of the front wheels, and they would handle weird. Then you come in and complain about ride height. So when I used to do the alignments, I tell them leave it. The little gauge that used to show up on the left, I said put that thing in the middle and leave it there. Don't mess with it. They put it on high. Well, it's a little twitchy. I put some extra gear on there and I kicked it up a little bit. If you have gear on it, that's fine. To achieve the same ride height. If you feel it squatting and the pump's running too much, you can adjust it. But they forget about it and they ride around that way all the time. Now it's riding nose down. But that's. I don't know how many years ago. That's a long time ago. They took that control away from you, and like you set it with the computer, and it stays there. Anyway, yammering on. Made it home safe and sound. Although the nice sunshine of Vancouver turned into a really cloudy. Actually, a little clear spot there. But something happened today. Remember Kelly's Gen 7 Red Cat? She loves the heck out of this thing, but those dadgum pumpkins are so big. I mean, look, that's the clearance that thing has. They hit everything. I mean, it's great if you go bashing with it. Just pin it to win it and just go banging through everything. But to goof around and play, rock crawling stuff with it, it's useless. So you remember me crying about they had some portal axles, and I waited too long to order them. They were available when I got the truck, and I just kept putting it off. And then she started driving this thing more, and she ended up liking to drive my TRX 4 Sport. And then I got the green Gen 8, and she loved driving that, so she drives that or my TRX 4 Sport. And this thing just got shelled. I remember I'd take it out every once in a while, and it's just kind of so underwhelming that I just quit using it. It just sits on a shelf back there. I couldn't believe my eyes when an email came across from Red Cat going, guess what? It's available. So I signed up for this thing, email me whenever it comes available. I just figured they were never coming available. Well, they became available today, the portal axles. Not only are, they're portals, so you get a lot of clearance there. The pumpkins for the differentials are way smaller. They're modern looking axles. It's a really nice kit. And with shipping and everything, I think it was $90 or something for them. And it's complete, absolutely complete. You just unbolt them and put them back on. And put attach all your, suspension links and shocks and stuff like that. But you don't have to assemble the axles or anything. And I think they're actually aluminum to boot. Smoking deal. So that's going to be very nice. The old Gen 7 will be out playing around again. The old tried and true faithful Gen 7. That's pretty cool. thought you guys might like to know that. And if you have a Gen 7 and you tried to get the portal axles for it and couldn't get it, jump now, because it sounds like they may not be available for a long time. I spent a lot of time working with this thing, making this thing do everything the best it could. And the weak link is the straight axles with the enormous pumpkins. And then the guards are on there, but I mean, it's not making that much of a difference, because I leave the guards on because it's literally going to hit everything you go over, and it does. Anyway, I'll get with the mom. We do a goodbye here. Well, hello there, you two. It's all cloudy and almost looks rainy around here.
I know, it's very humid.
Yeah, the humidity kicked up. It turned out very nice in Vancouver. But the last hour or two of the day, man, the humidity just shot up.
I know.
It was like 79. I don't think it was even supposed to get that hot today.
I don't think so.
But we put the sunshades up in the car. It's a good thing we did, because it was sunny almost all day long. As we started heading north, it turned to this. Oh well, it happens.
It was dry.
Yeah.
That's all that counts.
That second ACS pump for the 24, that is on my schedule tomorrow. And it's under warranty, and it pays it's shocking how little that thing pays.
Yeah, that's just not right.
You can't even get even close to where the bags are to even take it off in the amount of time that you're allowed. It's ridiculous. It's a little bit better than what it was on the other ones, because apparently they thought you could get to it without taking the rear trunk assembly off on the older Spyders. Yeah, you still can't do it that way, and it's crazy. But yep, that one's a warranty one. I'll eat some crow on that one.
Yeah, that's just not right.
Last day of the pay period, you want to have a little push, at the end. Not tomorrow. It literally doesn't even pay to drive down there and back.
Yeah.
For what that job pays. That's crazy. And it'll take me most of the day to do it, because I'm anal retentive and OCD. So anyway, that's just life. That's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'll do that first, and I'll just put the covers and stuff on the other one when I'm done. You can kind of get to it without those covers. It's just take the covers off. It makes it so much easier to get to the pump, because you'll spend a lot of time fighting getting in that thing. The way that thing clamps into place it's kind of weird. But anyway, I think on that, there'll be another Spyder day tomorrow. I can guarantee you that. But thanks for hanging out. I think that's where we're gonna end her.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
I almost goofed. Yeah, I wish it was Friday. Sorry.
We'll be here quick enough.
Yep.
All right. See you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.